Hello, my friends. We're back. We will start chapter.
Pardon me.
We will start chapter 16 today,
Welcome to the video.
episode 50. The randomness of mayhem.
Actually, that feels better.
I wonder why. The randomness of mayhem, as you already kind of figured it out here. This is the last chapter. Be about 2, maybe 3 episodes long. We're getting close to wrapping up our story. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed telling it to you. Like I said, I've only got a few of you keeping up with it and following it, but that's fine. That's fine. At least I was able to share with a few of you. And that's more than I could ask for. Well, we have we buried my niece. We said goodbye. Well, I told you last time my niece was killed in a house fire here recently. We got back. Someone had wrote an ugly post on Facebook about it because they were defending the other family who was not allowed to attend. But I explained to them why they were not allowed to attend.
For their safety and ours.
For everybody's safety. It's in a homicide investigation. So, kind of stupid to allow a party that's been suspected of homicide to attend a funeral and a chance for a violent confrontation.
Nothing they were.
We're not saying they actually did, but the fact of the matter is it's under investigation.
And a lot of people are upset about it.
And yeah, it would have been a violent confrontation. You get two combustible elements being thrown together there, and it just would not have been a good idea. So anyway, we have blocked this person from our Facebook timeline and any associates with her, and we are moving on, trying to. My sister and my mother are still having a difficult time to deal with it, and as rightfully so, that's my sister's daughter. Of course, my mother is like two peas in a pod with my sister. She's the one pretty much taking care of my sister at the moment. She's done most of taking care of her throughout her tenure. She is unhealthy, and this has really affected her health even more than what it already has been. Anyway, back to the story. As I wasn't made aware of in the last episode, my latest adventure ended abruptly, and got faced with another heartache. So this point, so that's the backdrop for this poem right here that I'm fixing to read to you, called The Invasion. Well, that's basically what happened. Where I was falling madly and deeply in love with this woman, and then life interjected, and she decided to go a different direction, and my heart was ripped apart again. And so my dream that I thought was a dream got invaded and turned into a nightmare. So, with that being said, I will now read to you The Invasion. After the best dream I ever lived, a nightmare followed. Something evil has been trying to intervene and destroy me. This evil has prolonged my journey back to my love. Has prolonged my journey back into her loving arms. This evil has tried to break and destroy us from within, cause unwarranted stress and pressure on our oaths, but it has failed in its attempts to disrupt our path. The evil has taken away my job, my financial ground, we're back to square one. Now it's taken my transport. That has left me wondering as well about my home, now in limbo. Where do I go? What must I do? my boys again, they suffer. I wait and wait each agonizing day that goes by without answers. The petition I have sought after has been held up, still processing, but the evil has failed in its attempt to break me down. The evil, whom I call the invader, has invaded my dream. He has invaded my home, my love, our family, our hopes. He has done everything possible in the past few months to bring the winning streak I was on to a screeching halt. This invader is being with no conscience and no remorse. This invader is trying so very hard to disrupt my dreams. But this invader has failed, for I am still here. And soon after I wrote that poem, I found out she was indeed cheating on me. And that dream I thought I had, that was also taken from me. So, my boys were heartbroken because I had put them on the burner for a little bit while I was trying to get them a mother to come in and fill the void that they so needed. And then I was able to go back on Facebook and start. Well, the first few days I went on my Facebook and I started deleting all the photos, all the comments, all the pictures, everything that had to do with Emily. I put my status back to single. I canceled the petition. I got the cancellation notice about a month or two later. Or the cancellation confirmation about a month or two later. And Emily, of course, she was jealous. And of course, the reason she was jealous because she was fucking around on me. She didn't want me to do the same thing, so she tried to keep me at bay while she wasn't having fun. That's how I saw it. That's how I perceived it. I even gave her a second chance to reconcile with me, and she decided she didn't want to. She wanted to stay there because she felt so humiliated that she'd been busted, been called out, and did not want to face my family or me or anybody else for that matter. She wanted to just continue down the path. And of course, I told you what happened. The guy she left me with ended up being a drug dealer and got put in prison for drugs. And of course, she ended up getting with a different American guy who was in Maine, and they have since split up and divorced, and she is raising 3 kids now by herself. Karma has a way of finding you, but she is doing okay. But the fact that the bottom line is, I was heartbroken, and I think too she was as well, because when she realized what she did, she felt remorseful. Of course, most women don't feel remorseful, but you know, you should have had patience. Anyway, like I said, I wasn't able to really associate my friends on Facebook, so I had to kind of put them on the wayside while I was trying to court with her. And when I was done when that ended, I was able to go back on Facebook and start sharing posts and stuff, and putting likes and hearts and emojis on my friends' photos and comments and stuff. And I found one in particular that I put a like on, and she was cute, she was adorable, she was quite attractive. And of course, I started trying to play the field again. And of course, there was about 4 or 5 of them lined up, waiting to see if our relationship was going to unfold or not. When it did unfold, I had them pretty much breaking my internet, trying to get a hold of me, trying to do video chats with me. And so I was, so fine. Well, it was a good distraction, so why not? And she was one of them. It's like she was sitting in the wayside there, watching, waiting to see what was going to happen, because she'd been my friends there for about a year or two. But, and then when I finally put a like on her photo, she's like, let's check this out. Then we started talking. And within a few weeks, maybe a month or two later, all of the group that jumped on the bandwagon to try to take my heart or try to win my heart, start up a new petition. She's the one that really stood out because she was a little bit older. She was close to my age, about 5 years, and she was more mature. And she seemed more well put together as far as up here goes. All of them are beautiful women. It's just that she was not only beautiful but also more mature. She was smart. She knew what she wanted, and she knew what she wanted from the get-go. She didn't beat around the bush about it. And so one by one, I began to drop the others and began to focus more and more on her. Her name, Ria, R-I-A. Ria de la Cruz. Dinoso was her name. And she was an OFW in Hong Kong. And we began to talk and get to know each other. Because when I put a like on her photo, she said hi, and I said hi, and after she said hi and I said hi back, we just kind of took it off from there. 3 months later, we decided to take the relationship to the next level. But before then, we had some issues. I wanted to make sure I knew I was getting myself into. So we exchanging passcodes with each other. I went and checked her Yahoo Messenger. She thought she'd hit all these chats with other guys. I found them. She's like, oh, shit. And she had just gotten through with a bad relationship herself. Some guy named Rodney. He was an American from North Carolina. He was worked in the airport. Darker skinned fella. She had met and greeted him and was briefly involved with him. And he promised her this and promised her that, and then he decided to find somebody else, and she wasn't wanting to let go at the first, and she wanted to try to find out why, but she also wanted to get to know me. So she dropped all these other chats, all these other guys that she was courting or playing with, and decided, okay, I'm going to concentrate on these two right here. And of course, one of them had already proven he can't be loyal, and so she kept trying to ignore him and kept trying to focus on me, but he kept aggravating her, wanting to get her attention. And I finally got fed up with it. I said, you got to make a choice. You're going to choose him or you're going to choose me. You got to either block him or I'm going to find somebody else. And that's how I put it to her. And she decided she wanted to stay with me and try to find ways to block him from contacting her. He kept going to Hong Kong on his discounted flights, meeting up with women over there, try to get back with her, try to find her. She kept trying to hide from him, kept trying to get away from him, stay away from him. He kept trying to find her. He was being a pest. He wanted his cake and eat it too, and she didn't want that. She wanted a full-fledged relationship. She had just lost her husband. Okay, she just lost her husband a few months before that, and she wanted to try to move on. She didn't have time to play games, and this dude was playing games with her. And I told her, he's going to keep playing games with you. He ain't going to be serious. I will be serious with you. I'll give you what you want, and but he's not. So you gotta make your mind up. And so 3 months into it, we got into a relationship. And 6 months later, after we started a relationship, we started a new petition, our fiancé visa. And so that's the backdrop of this poem right here. The first poem, of course, was The Invasion. This one's called The Death and Resurrection of a Soul. And that's basically what it was, because my heart was crushed, was was plastered by what Emily did to me. That I met Rhea, and Rhea gave me new hope that maybe I can actually find somebody and actually settle down. So this is the backdrop. This is the purpose behind this poem here: the death and resurrection of a soul. Has anyone ever seen The Truman Show? Well, that's what we live every day here on the net. Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, Yahoo, Windows Live, and so on. Hundreds of you watched here online and Facebook as I and my love began our journey to each other's arms to live in unity as one, but also the devastation of betrayal. From the day I added her to my Facebook friends list to the day I removed her, the first phone call, the first video chat, the first time we met, we all live in a world where everything we do here on the net and everything we become is watched by hundreds, if not thousands. We see this by the end of the year, best quotes by us on our newsfeed. So it's my best gift that more than just my friends here on the net saw the destruction of my soul. Our journey followed her from out of Egypt through a major uprising back home to the Philippines. The world watched as she made her way back home and anticipated my arrival there in June of the following year. I would spend 21 days there with her and with a family that opened their arms to me with pride. I made my way back home and began the final preparations for her arrival here in the States. Everyone saw the petition got held up because of my heavy traffic, with many others wanting to do the same. Now our relationship began to slowly crumble. The world saw how hard I fought to keep things together and how much I truly loved her. The world also saw how she betrayed me and broke my heart in two. She did feel bad upon me finding out about what she did, but the fact is the damage to my soul had already been done. She tried to forgive herself for what she did, but was too ashamed and could not accept the second chance of redemption. I, on the other hand, wept bitterly. We wanted to remain friends, but I eventually had to remove her from my friends list. I cannot bear the pain any longer. We both need to move on, and the best thing to do was to completely part ways. At least for a while, till the pain eased and the healing was full. As I watched my pain grow and my smile cease, my happiness welled in grief. Something happened, and that was totally unexpected. I fell to my knees one night and let out a yell of abandonment. The feeling of being deserted by God. My friends came forward to comfort me. Friends I have never met in person, only here on the net. They say that people here on the net, on Facebook, they really do not care who you are. They are just here because it's something to do. Well, those people have not met my circle of friends I have here. They wept with me. They felt my grief and they felt my pain. As for the one that betrayed me, they don't hate her, nor do I. We just wish she hadn't given up when she did, but we can't change what's been done. As I wished her a fond farewell, I tried to move on, and so too does she. Just wish she will learn from what she did here and realize what she lost and come to understand. She ever gets another chance at love, not to give up, but hold on and hold true. A few days later, I fell to my knees and shouted, "Why?" One particular friend came forward more so than the others. She saw that I had lost my smile and my heart was in pain and that my soul was dying inside. We began chatting more and more as the days went by, and we began to realize we had both gone through this pain together at about the same time. The only reason she hit me up in my inbox was I put a like on her profile pic. But that was simple, like has turned into something far more. I soon realized my smile had suddenly returned, and I was laughing instead of crying. Who was this friend? Been here for a year, but no contact before. Why she all of a sudden hit me up in my inbox? Neither of us knows. All we know is something is happening between us. This came only a day or so after I fell to my knees in pain. Coincidence? I don't think so. A purpose? Most definitely. As this new love and I begin a new journey, where would we go? We truly don't know, so we leave it in God's hands. We slowly build on what we have found here. We take it one step at a time, and we hold true to see where this road will take us. What we do know is our souls are still alive, and we have been given another chance at love. And we'll take this chance, and we will be given as far as life will let us. Who knows? Maybe the journey before was just a precursor for the real journey now begun. All I know for now is I am happy again, and so too is she, and we will continue down this road we are on, and see if God has indeed brought us together. Because at the time, we both needed that. We could not find. We needed to feel important and wanted. We felt thrown away. Yes, my soul died when I was betrayed, but this new love has revived it and given it a new hope. And I will take this new hope and maybe one day be in her arms, as maybe I was meant to be, to begin with. So for now, I will take this happiness that has found me, and from now, the world will watch as this new journey unfolds. The death and resurrection of a soul. What do you think about that one? And it gets more and more interesting as the time progresses. We only got a few more to go here. So, I found someone new.
And she's just as crazy.
She was working in Hong Kong. We did video chats. And her friends became involved with our video chats because she stayed in an apartment over there, an OFW apartment, while she was off on weekends. And during the week, she'd go work. She was a housemaid, nanny. And so we worked a petition while she was working through a contract.
What's OFW?
Overseas Filipino worker. In case you're wondering. It's all overseas Filipino worker.
Oh, by the way, yes, I'm listening to Halloween music.
It's close to Halloween. This is Halloween week, by the way. But we, like I said, we started a petition. Then we got our plane tickets. We're set to meet the following spring. But lo and behold, as we progress towards our meeting, her father passes away. We'd already gotten our plane tickets. We'd already gotten or we're paid to spend the money. And once you get the tickets and stuff, there's no refund. So we decided we'll go ahead and go through with this meeting. We'll say goodbye to her father. Then we'll turn around and have our engagement party, and then we'll say goodbye to the old and hello to the new. That's how we perceived it. So we'll just say goodbye and say hello. Then we move on with our relationship and our petition. So as I went, she got her plane ticket, and she went to Manila. She got the apartment, of the hotel room set up, and when I got there, I was to meet her. We went to the hotel room. We spent a night of passion together, and then we stayed there a few days and went down to the Mindanao area, around the general central city, and we rode the bus took a bus, a trike, and taxi all the way to Coronado City, where her family lived. She had a bunch of family members and stuff. Well, they set me up in a little house that they had over there, in a little room. Had AC, had a TV. Want to make sure I was comfortable, so I can sit there and watch TV and movies and stuff, and kind of hang out and be comfortable while they did the family thing outside with the deceased, our father. But I didn't watch the movies by myself. I had company. Little guys. A bunch of little guys.
Yeah, he was like a Willy Wonka.
I was like Willy Wonka, surrounded by a bunch of little Wonkas.
Little Oompa Loompas.
Little Oompa Loompas. There was, of course, there was Liza and CJ. They were young. They watched movies with me, but they had their.
He was not allowed to be alone.
They had their cousins and stuff there, and when I watched movies, it was a pig pile. I was sitting on the low, laying on the bed. I had one here in the front. I had one on the side. One here. I had one above my head. One on sitting on the side of the bed. We were all watching movies. There was about 6 to 8 of us in there, and I was covered with kids. And they went everywhere I go. I'm serious. When I got up to go somewhere, they followed. When I went back to my room, they followed.
He is dad.
I was the Pied Piper. And there was one time I was talking to Cheche, her sister, and Rhea, and I started to walk back toward the house, and they was following me, and I started to trot. And when I trotted, they ran after me. They did. They ran after me. I was all the way back to the house.
Where are you going?
Where are you going? Get back here. They trotted after me. We went to spend some. We did more. Me and Rhea did more together in 2 weeks than me and Emily did in 3. And of course, we made it a purpose. We went to several different resorts with the kids, with the girls. Went swimming, had big meals. Went to one resort. We had our engagement party. And then we said we had the funeral. After we had the funeral. They killed a hog right outside the door there. We paid for the hog. Me and Rhea did. We paid for the hog to be slaughtered, and they slaughtered the hog and made the feast for the reception. Because I woke up one morning, I kept the door, and there was about them. They were right outside the house, right outside the window there. We slaughtered it and cut it up, and we had the feast. And after the feast, like I said, we did several different resorts. Went swimming, took the girls and the kids. Like I said, everywhere I went, the kids were right on my heels. If they were with us, if the kids were with us, boom, they were right there, right on my heels. Just like I said, I was the Pied Piper of their world. And we got down there. We went and saw some more friends of hers in Santos City. Stayed at the hotel there. Then we made our way back to Manila. Spent some more passionate nights there together. Went to Mall of Asia. Watched a movie together. Went to Oceanside. It was an aquarium. Went saw a little show there with a couple of seals. It was fun. Here, I took a video of it and everything. Then I made my way back home. I just said goodbye. And then we actually finished our petition. And of course, like I said, petition takes a little while, so it got held up. Because it was taken, but that wouldn't take as long as the last one was, because someone didn't do the paperwork promptly. But Rhea, bam, 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 bam. Every time something needed done by her side, she went and done it. She went and done it during lunch breaks. Every chance she got. In fact, her contract in Hong Kong ran out, and she had started another contract just so she could stay there. So we can finish the petition. If we had to change it, it would have prolonged the petition, because we had to change all the stuff from Hong Kong to Manila. So she started opening up another contract. Knowing good well she's not going to be able to fulfill it, but we had to in order for her to stay there. And then when she did that, we kept the petition going. And when she would do it, like I said, on the weekends and during her breaks. And so that's the backdrop to this next poem. It's short, it was simple, and we'll wrap this one up. And we'll get ready for the last episode. And then we maybe do an epilogue. But meantime, we're going to write The Second Chance. I've searched for over 20 years, and I thought I'd finally ended my search. I thought for sure my search was over and true love I'd found. For so long I cherished the feeling of being completely loved, but my love failed me in the end and found themselves in the arms of another. My heart sank in the sea of despair. My soul died 1,000 deaths. My world caved in around me and I lost the will to smile. But something happened while I cried and wept and was dying inside. Someone came and found me and helped me find my smile again. This new love gave me renewed hope that love was not dead, just misplaced. This new love showed me a better love, and a love I have never felt before. I know there's no guarantee of a love that may or may not be, but I will treat this new love like the treasure it is, where it gave me my heart a second chance. And with that, we'll say adieu. Until next time. Take care. And peace out.